we have two major components. The first component is the ability to plan inbound, outbound assets. So I want to understand all my trucks that are coming inbound Chicago for a given date, so I can see my available trucks that I could utilize and plan all my outbound loads out of Chicago for the same given date. This is going to allow me to match these two together, knowing what I have for assets coming in and what loads have to be going out, and I can pair those together and I can easily manage that and get them out. That's huge in the ability to get through a lot of freight. You can set zones up. They can be set up as groups of customers. They can be set up as areas. They can be set up as city states. It's a very powerful tool for grouping how you want to visualize your information. So again, to recap that real quick, it's the ability to see only the trucks that are coming into a given marketplace at a given time, and all the freight that needs to go out of that same given marketplace at a given time. Allows you to pair this together and quickly get through your planning process. The second major component that we've built out now is the ability to manage your assets, your trailers, your containers, your chassis. You set up customers or terminals, whatever location you want, as an area to drop containers, freight, or your containers, your chassis, and your trailers, and you can define whether they're secure or non-secure locations. Once you define these, you have the ability to set up aging. So you can set how long do I want this to be on the lot before I start noticing it. Say if I've got a trailer on there and it exceeds 10 days, I need to know that because you want to get that trailer moving. You also want to set up min-max. So I want a minimum of one trailer so you can control your turn ratios, and the maximum of trailers you want to keep on that lot. This gives you the ability to negotiate with your customers on trailer pool sizing at each location. Everything that we're doing is coming down to optimization. So we know planning is an extremely important component, and we'll continuously move down the road of enhancing planning to make your jobs a lot easier. The ability to manage your freight that's inbound and outbound, understanding where it's coming to and going to, key customers in your group that you know you're always going to be shipping out of a DC. You need to see when that freight needs to be moved from that DC and who's it going to go to. So you want to be able to plan that way. I want to see, you have to have assets to haul your freight. So I need to be able to see what's coming into my area, what's already here and what's coming in. I need to know all of these things to do an effective planning. Secondly, you have to be able to manage your trailers. You can't haul freight if you don't have containers. You have to have something to put it in. You need to have agreements with your customers on how many trailers you'll put there for turns. And because if you have something that you're constantly doing runs with a customer, you want to guarantee that they're preloading those trailers, because it's all about keeping those drivers moving. You don't want a driver to pull in there, wait an hour to get loaded. You would prefer to have your customer have a preloaded trailer ready that's sitting on their lot. The driver goes in, quick inspection, drop and hook, and leaves. Saves that keeps that driver rolling. That driver's happy, he's making money. Already with this particular step, and like I said, we're going to keep moving forward, the ability to plan your freight for inbound and outbound and picking a very area, it's surgical. It gives you tight focus, the flexibility of managing this depending on the size of your organization. You can carve it, slice it, dice it any way that you want, and it expedites the process. It's exciting to keep this moving forward. The same thing with the trailer management. You have to be able to have a control of where your trailers are. There's an expense to these, and the ability to manage those trailers and to move forward is ginormous.